Alright, this is the last video for lesson 3, adding and subtracting rational expressions. I have a little crazy one, a challenge one for us, as well as one that's a little bit less challenging but maybe requires a little bit more writing. So for this one, a lot of people freak out because they all have different letters. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? You're not going to do anything any differently. Combining things is probably not going to be as easy as it has been in the past, and that's okay. If I can't add them together, I just set them together and make sure it looks like they're being added. So common denominator, I look here and here. I have a common denominator of by, or you could write it as yb if you would like, but it has to have each part of the fraction in its denominator. Alright, to make this match, I need to multiply by y over y. And so when I multiply that, I like them in alphabetical order, but they don't have to be. You could have ya, ya instead of a, y. Alright, to get this one to match, we're going to multiply by b over b. So this ends up being a plus bx. And that's the best you can do. You can't do anything else. So b can't be 0, y can't be 0 if you need to work on some restrictions. If I make this 0, the whole thing's 0. If I make this 0, the whole thing's 0. But other than that, this one is the easy one. Lots of people don't like it because it's got different variables in it, but easy. Easy, easy. Alright, let's look at number 8. Alright, so common denominator has to pull from each of the denominators that I already have. Alright, this one needs an r plus 1, so I'm going to multiply by r plus 1 over r plus 1. And I'm going to have a little bit of multiplication happening. R plus 1 times r plus 2. Well, I'm going to go ahead and multiply over here. So r times r is r squared. R times 2 is 2r plus r plus 2. Just save a little bit of time there. This one has an r plus 1. It needs an r plus 4 over r plus 4. So this is going to, now I have to think of this like a negative 3 because I am going to distribute this. So I'm going to distribute a negative 3. So minus 3r minus 12. And then I'm going to combine like terms. So I've got r squared. I've got 2r plus r is 3r. 3r minus 3r is 0. And then I've got a positive 2 and a minus 12. That's going to be a minus 10. That's not factorable. So I'm just going to leave it with this in my denominator. There's my answer. So sometimes they look like they're going to be a lot of work, but they're not. If this was factorable, I would want to try to factor it and see if anything canceled. But remember, r is not allowed to be negative 4 or negative 1. And that's the last video in this lesson. So try some practice problems. Watch some other videos. If you're struggling and not making an 80 on your quiz, at least an 80 on your quiz, you need to ask me some questions, or maybe you can find somebody that can understand it and explain it to you a little bit better. But good luck in lesson 3.